Hello everyone, it's me, Trittany. I'm the reader here at the Crown and Castle Collective, where we can all be the ruler of our own kingdom that we call life. This is for water sign energies of Scorpios, Cancers, Pisces, whether it's your sun, moon, or rising, or even if you happen to be cross-watching for someone that you know that is either like a water sign or has heavy water in their birth chart. So this is actually for the month of April 2021. And I plan on doing hopefully more of these horoscope style videos. I love doing the monthly overviews and checking in on things. It is a little bit mid in the month, so that I just happen to do them in order of the elements as they roll through the month. So I will be more on top of this. Hopefully I'll be doing the May for 2021 here in the next couple of days, actually, because I want to get them to you guys early, if not, during the month. So it's nice to know, obviously, ahead of time what's coming to you and what to expect. So if this video resonates with you anywhere throughout, you know the drill. Give it a like. Let me know in the comments how and where these messages are applying to you. They give me chills. I love to read them, you guys. Also, I'll be shuffling on camera with some tunes and beats by me. You can skip through that or just vibe out. Any other forecast messages? You know what? I'm just gonna kind of leave it at that. Sometimes the introductions are super awkward, here on YouTube. So we'll go ahead and start shuffling. Thank you guys for joining me. Alright, water sign energies, I have everything arranged and pulled out. We're going to take a look at April 2021. What's the overall energy with you? What's kind of going on? How are you showing up? Your greatest challenges or biggest blockages? Your greatest achievements? Where are you excelling and flourishing at? Just some spiritual energies that you can reach out to that can help you or benefit you throughout the month of April. Also, what's going on in your headspace, your forefront of your life, your love life, relationships, whether it's intimate or just personal. Also, career, finance, education. And then we're going to tap out at the very end with more spiritual development. Where are you feeling these activations, perhaps in your birth chart or in certain areas of your life? And who's interacting with you throughout the month, and who's kind of showing up, or some mask reveals perhaps. You'll recognize some of these people's energies that you're interacting with throughout the month, blah, blah, blah. All right, so everything's already been explained in the beginning, so if you watched and listened to the shuffling, thank you so much. Let me know what you think. I am still kind of learning how to play the handpan. Enough about that, okay? Water signs. What is your overall energy for the month of April 2021? Your first card that we have starting off here is 27, Enlightenment. Okay, crown chakra energy. 27 adds up to a 9. So there's really a inner search going on here. And I feel like this is more of a reflective crown chakra versus the earth sign energies. They actually had for the month of April this same card. Now, that could be, you could have a lot of earth in your chart too. So if you feel like you resonate with earth sign energy, definitely go watch that horoscope video. But for water signs, I'm getting this as a much more calmer, reflective energy where it's how you are perceiving yourself and how you're expressing yourself. There could be overactivations of this crown chakra as well. Perhaps you could be having visualizations or dreams, epiphanies, and also a lot of visual anxieties. Perhaps you're could be thinking of situations that you see yourself in that could worry you a little bit. That's for overactive crown chakra energies. Now we want to make sure that this is staying balanced throughout the month of April because you're harnessing a lot of potentials to, manifest things that your higher self wants you to achieve and wants to see you accelerate and do well at currently right now. So make sure you're able to ground this energy safely. Okay, we're already getting some mumbo jumbo words going on here, okay? We're going to try not to get tongue-tied here, water signs. Also, you're showing up throughout the month with number 7, wisdom, a brownish gray old owl kind of card. He's very, very cute. They are both cute. On a Wednesday, with a waxing moon, let wisdom come and be renewed. So Wednesday, throughout the month of April, there could be something significant for you on Wednesday, which is a very holy, spiritual day, even though, most time we associate Sunday with, religious factors, when ultimately Wednesday is seen as a very keen, cleansing deity day. So I strongly encourage that. You could have some gifts, some positive experiences on Wednesday, things that you're not experiencing, or not expecting, sorry. But with this wisdom card again, with the crown chakra here, y'all, you guys are getting some very deep, it could be dark, shadow works being activated and tapped into throughout the month of April. Perhaps, I'm picking up for a lot of you with this deeper grayish brown in the crown chakra. Be careful not to slip into, depression. And I feel like a lot of you guys could be just doing a lot of deep inner shadow work, and that could be triggering certain parts of you that you've thought that you've already had it worked through. You thought that you knew the ins and out of, but really there's something that's kind of picking your brain. And I feel like that's also spirit trying to make sure that you're reading the fine print and details into your own soul contract with who you agreed to incarnate, if that's what you believe, or what kind of spiritual mapping you really agreed to before you came to live out this life. And you guys are very, very smart, very, I'm picking up a lot of Scorpio energy coming through the water signs when it comes to stuff like this, so will be interesting to see. Also, you guys are showing up as the networker. Light attributes of enhances unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. So a lot of you guys could be doing a lot of social media work. Oh my god, there's more purple here. These are very, very close colorings here, if you can see it correctly. But you guys could be doing more social networking, online, purging through friends lists, cleaning up, that kind of stuff. But also taking a lot of social media breaks, trying to stay away from certain kind of content that could be, maybe unconsciously triggering for you in these lower vibrational energies, or so be the situation. Now, people are also seeing you as this networker, which is a very hard worker, someone who's always go, 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 replying to emails, replying to texts, taking phone calls, and, sealing deals. So, sorry, excuse me. People are seeing you as very business driven, oriented, just always on the go, quite busy, not only physically with, you know, work and day-to-day stuff and routines, but there's a lot going on in your headspace right now, and I feel like people can really see that around you, or just in your tendencies. People could see that maybe you're a little bit anxious or going through a certain phase even, but you're still very mature with how you're developing and growing and acknowledging and interacting with these energies, even though they may not be the easiest to flow through. And that's water signs. That's what you guys do best. You overcome such deep bearing obstacles, and you do it with a lot of love and care and gentleness. No matter how harsh your waves may feel, I feel like you guys are able to always give yourself that space of self-nurturing where it's safe to heal and to grow and to communicate with those parts of yourself. All right. Well, we are going to move on into what your greatest challenge or biggest blockage is for the month of April 2021, water signs. We have number 22, dedication. Now, this card talks about this lovely lady, this goddess of a wife, who married a blind man or a blind husband. When she found out he had lost his sight, she actually was willing to give up one of her senses, and that was sight. Obviously, she's blindfolded, and you know, there's a sense of your biggest challenge could be committing fully to something. You know, maybe you're having a hard time setting a very stable, solid routine, boundaries, or anything like that for yourself, that maybe you're unconsciously giving up too much of yourself or certain parts of yourself. And I feel like that's also why this crown chakra is really trying to be activated within you, because, ooh, yes, okay. I'll get into the tarot card with that one. That message just totally escaped my mind. But there's a sense of just giving up too much of your own energies, whether this is knowingly or unknowingly. A lot of water signs, for some reason I'm picking up so far, is that there's almost like a behind the scenes, like you don't really want to be in the spotlight at the moment, where you're just kind of pulled back into your own energies. And I'm getting the energy of like a tsunami, how before the tsunami hits, the water just goes out into the ocean or wherever, you know, it just like pulls into itself, and then that's when the first wave, you know, pulses out. So I feel like for you guys, there's just a little bit of a withdrawal energy right now, which is very typical, but you guys are still very forthcoming, very progressive, staying on top of your work, you know, your spiritual development with all this purple energy, or your shadow work, and you guys are just pushing through it. And perhaps you're really great at communicating with spirit about, you know, making these requests to help you grow and understand the reason for these lessons. But for the biggest blockage, for some of you, you could be having a hard time dedicating yourself to like a spiritual practice. Whether, you know, that's not like going to church every Sunday, that's, you know, doing certain stretches on a daily routine, being conscious about your breathing, you know, making a ritual of even just your glass of water, and just, you know, really being present with yourself and tapping into your higher self and spirit. Because for the month of April, you have a lot of potential behind that crown chakra and tapping in and having conversations with your spiritual team. But for some of you, you may not be utilizing it. You could be cutting yourself off from your, what is it, the fifth sense or seventh sense, whatever, of being in tune with your intuition. So just be aware that you're not doing anything to kind of pull the wool over your eyes for the month of April, that you're not trying to really distract yourself. Clarifying that energy, which I've been waiting to pull this over because I'm bound to see what it is. We have the Knight of Cups. Again, this kind of plays into that gentleness, but a lot of you guys, for water signs, I think that with this overactive crown chakra and this dedication, there's something that you don't really quite want to see about yourself, or there could be something that you are absolutely nitpicking down to, you know, a science of a part of yourself that, you know, try to not overanalyze yourself. And for some of you, I feel like that's what you're doing. But also with the Knight of Cups, has that routine. But it's almost like a little bit of a looser, structured, laissez-faire energy. The Knight of Cups also indicates overindulging with the dedication here. Because the Knight of Cups gives and gives and gives and just keeps pouring its heart out all along its travels. And you could be forgetting to spare some of that for yourself. I feel like water signs, you may be needing a little bit of an alone time. Ooh. Or like something to help you wind down. I feel like for the month of April, starting off here, you guys are coming off a little bit anxious, and that is absolutely okay. You know, water signs, as we finish 2020 and move into 2021, you know, we kind of expected with the new year, all this fresh energy and cycles to really be tied up with what we view as the end of, you know, the calendar year. When in reality, there's a lot of bigger transits going on for us that those cycles are still on repeat. Okay, they're still flowing and moving through. And I feel as if this energy is gonna kind of be the bunny, the dark before the storm. But I feel like you guys are in the storm, I should say. Sorry, I got distracted. I see things interesting enough as we get into the later part of the reading. I feel like things are going to really pick up for you guys. Moving into May and June, water signs, I feel like things are going to get better. Okay, so take it easy on yourself. It looks like there's a lot of purple here. So you could be having really low days, but also really high days. Okay, so take it for how it resonates. We'll move on to your greatest accomplishments or your biggest accomplishments, where you're flourishing at, doing well throughout April of 2021. We have healing chaos. This is kind of why I'm getting a little bit tongue-tied with you guys. I feel like there's a lot going on, and there's a hard challenge of dedicating your mind, your space, your energy towards one thing at hand. Perhaps you guys have your hand in 3 different practices or 3 different tasks that you're trying to multitask and balance everything, including reaching into past traumas as well. You don't want to go around and round through these same energetic cycles that maybe you've been feeling. And water signs, these transits, they're, I want to say like 7, 8, or 10 years at most as far as what's coming full circle. So there's a sense of not wanting to carry this stuff forward. And you guys are doing really well at recognizing the problems at hand and just riding out the waves. And Spirit's just trying to remind you that, you know, you don't have to overthink it. You don't have to over-apply it, because, you know, when you start to do that, it may start to manifest physically. And your physical habits is what I'm getting. I'm not saying that it's going to like do something to your body, but I feel like it's going to change the way that you're functioning throughout your day-to-day life. And for some of us, you know, and for some of you who may be dealing with a lot of PTSD, I'm getting, it could be a really hard month for you in the beginning. Moving through that, though, you guys are doing really, really well. Spirit wants you to know with this Healing Chaos card. You guys saw me shuffle this. It's your greatest accomplishment and what you're doing really, really well at. So if you feel like you've been stuck in this blind, you know, leading the blind energy, that you've kind of lost your sense of self, or even lost like a past ability or talent that you had for some of you, You're still carrying that forward. You just gotta go back to it, honestly. It's still spewing around inside of you. You have that talent and ability. It never left, okay? Clarifying this energy, we have the 3 of Wands, inevitable. Again, this is something that can't be removed from you, and that's kind of a sense of, not letting your hurts and your traumas necessarily define you. And that's very, very cliche, but this is a sense that this too will come to an end, is what I'm sensing. You're working through the hardest part right now, and you could feel like you can't say or do anything right or anything correctly. There's more purple coming through here. So much purple, you guys. Overactive crown chakras can be really confusing, really difficult to work with. Headaches. Just kind of losing your train of thought, if you will. Being your head in the clouds. Distracting yourself. Getting lost in things. But you guys always bring yourself back down to center. You guys are absolutely rolling with the punches throughout April. And it could be really harsh. It could be overwhelming. And I'm really picking up on that. Now, what kind of energies, or in this case of deck, crystals and stones, energy vibrations that you can reach out to help you through the month of April 2021? We have Sodalite, socialize or join in. Make healthy and supportive new friendships and connections by getting involved with a group of like-minded people. More purple. Absolutely crazy. So with that, I'm getting, with this networker card coming out earlier, again, there's that social media type of energy where a lot of you could be removing yourself from certain support groups, foundations, academies, or organizations even. You could be leaving certain ones that don't serve you, that you just aren't, your energies aren't meshing with, and you could be finding somewhere best fitted for you. Other groups of friends or other communities, go for it, join in, put yourself out there. It can be super beneficial for you. Especially with struggling with this new sense of self that I feel like you guys are in the dark phase of. You're tucked deep in the cocoon, and right now I feel as if I don't feel like you guys have morphed into the liquid that water signs are, okay? You're still kind of that tangible caterpillar, okay? So your skeleton and whatnot hasn't broken down into a goo yet. Your bones are just now starting to ache, okay? So in a sense that you're remaking yourself. Oh, yeah, it's in the dark phase. But I'm picking up, that's what I'm saying. May and June, I feel as if you're going to start to liquidify. Wow, these words are great that are coming through. It's going to be easier, is all I'm trying to say, throughout the next coming months. And we'll see that play out, hopefully. I have faith for you guys, and this is just what I feel coming through. So this energy is getting a little bit harder to reach. And with this community energy, I feel as if you need to open up more, because when we open up more, the molecules move away, they make space for new to flow in. And I feel like that's just kind of at the breaking point that you guys are at. You could be leaving really hard relationships, things or patterns, anything that you've been carrying on through. It has been clear or made clear to you that breaking away is ultimately inevitable. And if it belongs and if it's meant for you, it shall come back around, okay? So reach out to Sodalite, reach out to other groups or, Facebook groups, organizations that post positive content of things that are interesting you. And my personal experience, what I've done is unfollowed a lot of just there's good memes and then there's mediocre memes, and I've just kind of made sure that I was following the right comedy content that I was looking for. And also I started following more bird watching groups because every time I see something furry or like a bird pop up on my timeline, the endorphins are real, okay? So just, there could be a lot of fleshing out with your social medias, fine-tuning that kind of positive energy, because there's a lot of anxiety going on in your guys' forefront, and we just don't want to agitate this, and we want to make sure that we're grounding it in a positive way, because it's so popping right now. There's so much purple. Okay, so we'll get another card here as far as what energies you can reach out to throughout the month of April. Another purple card. I'm not surprised. Sugarlight. I believe I said that right. I don't know. Own your divine power. Replace codependent people-pleasing with assertiveness and empowerment. Yeah, that ties back to your greatest challenge or your biggest blockage with this dedication. Owning your divine power. A lot of you guys have been put on aux. Some of you have completely been shut off and closed out from a lot of your psychic and intuitive abilities, or just your higher intuition, ignoring certain activations and key messages that have been tried to unveil in your life. And also giving too much of yourself to other people, perhaps, and not enough to yourself. There is a sense of people pleasing with the Knight of Cups, someone who just wants to give and give and give to everyone that they come across. But a lot of this is empathetic energy as well. You know, you guys are real carers, and you want to help people. You want to open up and show your own vulnerability to help other people know and feel that they are safe, and that they can also join hands with you and converse with you and open up, because I think that you guys have had so many deep, revealing spiritual experiences with, like, you know, the darker parts of life, or the more harder, challenging parts of not only this lifetime, but even from like your past lives of oppression and execution, even for some of you guys, where it's like persecuted, that you're able to really meet with people on an intellectual level. And that just may need to be recharged, okay? And I feel like for some of you guys, you could be wanting to spend a little bit of time alone to really get on the same page with yourself, because I feel like for some of you, you know, you decided to skip a couple of chapters because you didn't want to read that part of the story. So just be careful with that. And also, you know, the replace codependent people. We'll see how that goes. There could be someone who's just purposely taking too much of your energy knowingly, and that person could need to be released, because it could be something that could be causing a lot of difficulty and chaos for you to go on any further. It's a very broad message so far. These were mostly all oracle cards except for 2. So these messages are just kind of the broad reasoning for the month, and it's a lot of purple, a lot of crown chakra, so it could be either overactive, or you guys are really able to get your messages across to people and give them a space where they feel as if they can really open up about what's going on with them, or what's kind of wrong at the moment. And you're able to really organize the situation and give genuine, helpful advice by claiming your own intuitive power and abilities and wisdom with the 7 here. 7 is also a life path number. And you guys could be worried about how far you've made it in life, or what kind of accomplishments you've accumulated for where you are right now. Maybe there were a couple of years where you didn't make much progress because you were busy giving yourself up to different energies. You had to prioritize your time and space elsewhere that could have hindered or interrupted your progress. And now it could be hard for you to get back on track or get back on the wagon with this healing chaos. But it's one step at a time, one day at a time, one breath and one moment at a time. You guys know that if you claim this energy, it is inevitable that it will come back to you. And it won't only just come back to you in the same old way. So stop looking for the same old thing to come back, because by the time it reaches you, it too has evolved, changed, and morphed into something much more powerful that holds a lot more potential for you. And I feel like for some of you, you won't be reaching this point alone. There's a lot of people that you've worked with this energy through. A lot of people that you can share these trials and tribulations as well as your successes with. Finding healthy support friendships and groups is very open to you right now. So I would recommend joining any kind of groups, or, just sending someone a message on Facebook or a comment. Not even just Facebook, social media. Okay, I don't know why Facebook came up, but just reaching out to someone, making new friends, and getting to know yourself a little bit better, and how your mind and fears go hand in hand. So we'll get a couple more details here, stepping into what's at the forefront of your mind and in your physical space throughout April 2021. We have the Fool card. Now I will read reverse messages as they come through. The Two of Pentacles. For some of you, the first message that comes up, a lot of you could be leaving jobs. You could be getting a new job. There could be some kind of insecurity regarding your workspace. Oh, there was a bunny standing up. I thought I could get him, but as soon as I turn the camera, they skedaddle. As I was saying, there's a willingness, but there's also a struggle to keep a certain pace and balance with, again, a day-to-day routine or any kind of goal and aspiration that you may have at the moment. Now, this is a lot of Aries fire energy behind the Two of Pentacles, where you're absolutely willing and wanting to take this leap of faith and take this step forward to make real kind of progress. But there's a sense of unfulfillment with the Ace of Cups in the reverse. But I'm getting, if you are willing to take these chances, and I'm getting, it almost even does take a lot of this momentum to maybe get you through this darker energy that you're working through, to actually get up and do what it is that you've been pondering off. And a lot of you may have needed this breakthrough at the beginning of April. We can't force energy that is, giving us resistance. So for some of you, you could have had to take a little bit of time back for yourself throughout the month. Now I'm getting late April here. We have the Four of Pentacles with that Ace of Cups. Yeah, for some of you, you're having a lot of self-doubt, okay, with this overactive crown chakra and the networker card. You could be, overanalyzing what other people are thinking of your social media, or, at your job, how you're performing, not only in your career and whatnot, but just how you're performing throughout your life and your achievements and your growth. A lot of you guys, though, coming towards the end of the month of April with this Four of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups, it's slow and steady progress, but it's very self-fulfilling, okay? So when you do come to the tipping point, and there is a full moon in Scorpio on the 26th of April, I want to say. So I feel as if this is kind of that energy starting to hit you guys, where you're starting to feel that your cup has finally been replenished and is starting to flow over, and you're able to really start releasing that healing energy into other vessels of your physical body. For some of you who have, I'm getting for some of you haven't been as mobile, like with your body, and there's a lot of crown chakra energy going on here, so we know it's not very much so grounded yet into the physical world And that could be why it's being a little bit overactive and over analytical, fearful, self-doubt, sabotaging, that you're able to reclaim your energy. So definitely, water signs, use the Scorpio full moon on April 26th as you see fit, because you guys can definitely start to reclaim this energy inevitably, you know, by the end of the month. I'm picking up here. It's going to be slow, but it's also going to be something that you're going to feel, and you're going to have a really good knowing that this was something that never really left you. It was just something that you were able to reclaim at a much more healed relationship with. Now, this could be stuff that you're coming to terms with that have taken multiple years. I mean, this energy has been moving slowly as we look back through 2020. The beginning of the year, as I was saying, we expected this flip of the coin to almost even happen as we entered into the new year. But we may not have got that wish fulfillment that we kind of were expecting. But I believe this energy is slowly working its way into the water sign energies, and we're gonna have our chance to shine mid to late year 2021. Yeah, this was a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be. I am a water sign myself, so I think that I can pick up on the energies, and now I try to completely remove my ego through meditation before I do these readings, because I want to pick up on your water signs. I'm only a Scorpio. So, but it's very profound energies coming through of reclaiming a lot of what has felt to be lost, or some part of ourselves that was never reached its full potential. And I'm getting this is even from past lives where we may have had this chance or opportunity to live this certain life path or lifestyle that had been taken away from us even, or that we separated from. Maybe it wasn't accepted socially. Maybe it was something that we were just denounced of. And that could have been hard for us to deal with, even in this lifetime, as we find our way through like different kinds of careers and education. Sorry, that message is probably getting really mumbled up. But there's a lot of claiming here. Water signs, definitely work with that full moon as far as manifesting future returns. What do you want to draw back and take back of your own energies that maybe you have given up to other powers? There's definitely certain parts of us that I feel like we've left untended to. And if you're in the correct hemisphere as spring approaches, I feel that this is definitely getting watered, so to say. And some of you, I'm hearing that you felt watered down, like the last few months, like maybe the last couple of months, that you're ready to step back into this fiery energy of the Fool. Whew. If you're making it this far through the reading, I just want to say, thank you for sticking with me. We're going to jump into your love life, relationships for April of 2021. We have calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. With this first card, if we take it quite literally, this calling in your soulmate, for some of you, it could be most like social media contact or cellular contact, I guess, like actually talking on the phone or texting, messaging that you could be having with your soulmate. Also, if you are single and, trying to attract a soulmate energy closer to you throughout the month of April, you are being very much so highlighted, and especially with all this crown chakra energy. If you wanted to manifest a soulmate connection, you have all of the tools necessary. You just got to put your mind to it and maybe do a little bit of magic or manifesting that can really call in and bring your soulmate or, soul connections closer to you. So that's positive news. We're also going to pull a couple of oracle cards. We have the Six of Vessels reunion, Six of Arrows transition. So we have 2 sixes so far. And then we also have the, the Eight of Arrows struggle. Okay. So for your love life and your relationships, there is someone who could be returning that has spent quite a bit of time away, actually, that maybe you haven't thought or spoken to for quite some time. Now, you could be trying to manifest this conversation, this reunion, to come back into play. This is actually Scorpio energies as well. I'm also hearing Gemini and Libra. So that could be someone that you are trying to call back or call in. Take that as it resonates. It's not very specific, but I feel like for a lot of you guys, these anxieties and also this overactive crown chakra can really be throwing off your natural flow of things, not only with your relationship with yourself, but I'm even getting with your relationship with others. You guys have been going through a really big testament, and I think a lot of this comes off of your strong spiritual aura, where you could be, again, a little bit empathetic, not quite setting those boundaries strong enough. And, when we say not only just setting up boundaries physically, but also energetically and really exercising those, it could be a hard routine to set yourself in, but always something that we may need this hard reset every so often. And again, there's that sense of kind of going inward, but it's almost like hiding, reclusive even. So for some of you, you really want a certain relationship or a connection to rekindle itself, but at the same time you could be afraid of what it takes or what it means for you to show up in this relationship or dynamic again. And you guys are really trying to push forward without this connection. Of course, you're still holding it close to your heart, and that can also be equally as painful. Some of you could be really slow to opening up or to making conversations. I feel that the love life and relationship for water signs throughout April, it's really not at the forefront of your guys' energy, which is very, unlike of the water sign qualities. And I think this is almost a good thing to have, because you guys are more focused on the relationship and the inner struggle that you're really having with yourself. So your focus isn't quite as much on your intimate and personal connections or relationships, where you're just trying to get by and get through this on your own. And if you do feel alone, please don't be afraid to, again, socialize with or reach out to trained professionals or anyone who can offer you support, can offer you perspective and advice, or just acceptance and love, okay? Because you guys have been through quite a bit, and there could be a lot that you're trying to attract, but also at the same time, you have to make space and let things go for new energies to flow in. You guys are somewhat caught in between, in the middle of wanting more, but holding on to less or lesser energies. Oof, a lot of you guys are, I'm getting this as a lot of masculine energies, but also having to do with someone's, or your younger years, your childhood, with the Six of Vessels, the reunion card. Okay, so that seems to be all I'm getting for the love life and relationship throughout the month of April for water sign energies. It just seems like something that you're just trying to move past or move through. There's seems to be where this challenge, there could be, of course, some kind of past trauma that you guys are really diving deep into. And again, this is a general reading, so if you want a personalized reading to pinpoint what it is that you're doing so to work through, let me know. All the information for the personal readings are in the description box. Sorry, I have the coffee burps. All right, we will move on to your career, finance, and education for water signs throughout the month of April. The first card that we have is the Green Dragon. Helps you tune into the secrets of nature, receive answers and guidance from nature, align with your divine essence. So green, this is the first real color I feel like that we're seeing in the reading throughout all of this purple. I'm feeling that there's something in the beginning of the month, something very positive that's happening to you guys in a moment of solitude or darkness, that's kind of giving you that hope and that faith that's really keeping you on track. Maybe you received some kind of spiritual message or sign, omens, and stuff like that that really kind of cracked you open, that's allowing you to have faith and perseverance through this process of being patient with your soul. Even I'm getting like your vessel, like your actual physical body carrying you through this lifetime. So for career, finance, and education, to have a green card to come out right away too, this could be a really good month for you guys materialistically. Now, if you're saving up money, you could be seeing those numbers adjust. Congratulations. You could be coming into certain sources of income, or, having a really deep understanding of whatever it is that you're focusing on studying, learning, understanding more of. A lot of that is coming in your shadow work as well. So to see that you guys are putting or viewing, this self development, you're taking it very seriously. Now, it could be something you work on every single day, that it starts to feel, like actual work. And that's so take it as it resonates. But also, a lot of you guys could be spending some time outside. This could be something that's needed right now for you, is to take a step out in some fresh air, okay? Also, watching or, looking to nature can really help give you these signs and secrets that you're searching for. We also have the Page of Wands, Sagittarius energies, the Tower card, and the Queen of Cups. As I was saying, for career, finance, and education for all water signs, there's this sense of, with the as I was saying, for the water signs, for your career, finance, and education, there's a lot of passion behind it, and I feel like you guys could be really focused on your work, your passions, your talents, abilities. You're really finding joy, or you really find a sense of purpose and fulfillment in whatever it is that you're studying, focusing on, or really trying to engage your energies with. And you could want to go too fast with this energy, so just pace yourself. We also have that following with the Tower card, so you don't want to bust through this energy too fast. So you may be slowing yourself down with your work pace throughout the month of April, which is really, really healthy for you. With the Queen of Cups here, is she's starting to focus more towards herself, her own cup, her divine calling and purpose in receiving those messages. So you could be focusing more on your own personal energy and journey rather than your career, social, and economical status. There could be a lot of healing going on with that, and you guys could be taking a short break from work, maybe spending more time outside, or just resting and refueling your own energies. But you guys could really be loving what it is that you do throughout the month of April. At least you have a lot of potential to bring in a lot of fresh creative energies into the workspace that would be kind of like, you know, they could shatter the norm of the workplace or the work structure, but really they serve it well and they do it well. So however you are performing in your workspace, I feel like you guys are really being recognized. Now that could be a good or a bad thing depending on the kind of, you know, energies and reputation that you've been displaying. And with this overactive crown chakra, I do want to say, you know, some shadow aspects that can come out of that overactive crown chakra is either speeding through things and not looking at the details, also being hard to work with other people. And, you know, this doesn't point fingers at anyone. Just take this energy where it applies. You know, you could feel that maybe your coworkers aren't working efficiently as a team or individuals. There are things to be restructured and just rebuilt that could be really challenging to work with, but also being very patient with the turnaround of that process. But just be careful not to rush through anything. Also, to have this cup card try to come out in the reverse earlier for your headspace. Now, this is kind of pessimistic energy as well, like a cup half full instead of, or no, half empty instead of half full. You know, pessimistics kind of have more of the upside down turn of life, you know, whatever that sentence means. But you could be viewing things as needing refinement, needing to be fixed, when ultimately they could be fine the way that they are. Maybe there's just small, minute details that you're kind of micromanaging almost. But it's coming just from a place of, you know, love and care and deep passion for what it is that you do or what it is that you're studying. You could find that there are certain aspects that are more important that aren't being focused on, that should be written more into the curriculum, if that makes sense. Also, for finances, for some of you, really investigate what it is that you're purchasing, okay? Because this Tower card can be a downfall. With the Page of Wands, you could be too hasty with what it is that you're trying to build or create, that you order the wrong thing, you get the wrong items. Just be gentle with yourself towards making mistakes in these areas throughout the month of April. There could be something that you worked really, really hard on, but maybe you just didn't get the reward that you were searching for. But it doesn't go unrecognized, is what I'm hearing. Beautiful. Now we'll move into more of your spiritual development. Where are you feeling these activations throughout the month of April? We have Uranus in the 12th house. So, Uranus ruling Aquarius. And it says, stir up the situation by using your faith. Be open to new ideas about hidden tendencies. Invent a way to create large institutions or overwhelming events. April might be the best month to also work alone, is what I'm getting, or to work closely with spirit and your higher self, but just kind of closing out everyone else, which it seems like you guys are really focusing inward towards your own energy, not really prioritizing other areas of life like your romance or love and relationships. It just seems really self-driven, self-oriented, and focused. And there's a sense of creating a new self with this Uranus, being very expansive and being open to new experiences, new roles. And the 12th house is all about groups, communities. You guys could be really stepping up in like any kind of committees. Maybe this is like outside of your actual work and career that you're really excelling at stepping up in a group where you're really accepted, and I'm almost hearing idolized, like you guys are really at the forefront of this community or this group. And it's really helping you spiritually, you know, replacing your energies. Your guys' thoughts and beliefs can be very controversial right now as well. Maybe you're super into any kind of activism, and it seems like you guys are really showing up in those energies and showing up for maybe even the underdog, organizing a lot of group events and making voices heard, or maybe, you know, making your own voice heard as well, where it could have been again ostracized or shut down in the past. And this, I feel like, is coming up from, you know, with the 12th house here, it could be coming up from past life, reworking a lot of those energies that you didn't quite reach in past lives, or something that was withheld from you or taken away from you. There's a reclaiming of that energy. We also have the 10 of Swords. In the 10 of Wands, full circle completion with 2 10s here being the highest of the suits. We are closing up a lot of old ties, and you guys are so close to this. I can pick it up towards the end of the month where you're finally starting to feel like yourself again, but better, and feeling that the hardest part is done with, and you're really able to reclaim a part of your energy that has been broken down and questioned or even interrogated, for that matter. It seems very aggressive. But that's just because Uranus is all about shaking things up, okay? He's testing the norm. It rules Aquarius, which is, you know, very unique and different from its social peers and its groups. You guys could have been ahead of your time, and maybe you just stuck out like a sore thumb growing up, and now as your energies are developing, maturing, and growing, you're starting to learn how to I want to say how to work with them better, but it seems like you guys are leveling up, because this is a really long transit that we're picking up on. And we're finally hitting the end of the tunnel where we're starting to see the light there coming up here soon. That there's an acceptance of a part of you that wants put you out there on the edge. And this could have been from a group of people that made you feel outside of yourself, whether this is from family, friends, communities, peers. And there's almost a sense that this pushed you away, and it pushed you to be out on your own, all alone. And I feel like this is why we're really not picking up on relationships, and we're not really picking up on a lot of teammate energies. Yes, we are picking up on groups, committees, and like institutions and such like that as a whole, and being able to find those positive, accepting outlets, because I feel like at one point in time, this is not something that we had. In water signs, you're doing a lot on your own, and you're carrying a lot of weight on your own throughout the month of April, and doing a lot of self-examination, because I feel like you feel you've brought yourself, you know, you've been with yourself through all of the trials and all of the tribulations, and maybe you're the only one that you ever had. And now you're learning how you can show up better, not only for yourself, but for all of the ones who follow in your footsteps, or follow, you know, along with you, your closest friends and your allies, that you don't have to do it all alone. Yeah, there's a lot of releasing going on here. I feel like there's a lot of releasing of victim mentality, not only, and that is a very triggering phrase, yes, I know. There's a releasing of rejection that you could have felt from, again, groups of people, from a significant person or figure or group. And I just feel as if, at the time you could have felt, very much so chased after. But this push is what kind of sent you out on your own to really find and connect with more of these fitting energies. Water signs, you guys are giving me a very encrypted monthly reading. So we'll step into who's kind of interacting with you, what other characters are showing up around throughout the month of April 2021 with water signs. We have child divine. Light attributes are innocence, purity, and redemption, suggest a special connection with the divine. This is definitely something I'm picking up in the beginning of the month with this Fool card that came out, the Uranus. So very unpredicted, unanticipated, just pure enjoyment. Now, there could be someone in your life who could appear to be very young, or maybe they just have a very childlike innocence or energy to them that really helps give your zest into life. You could interact with younger children, or maybe you just pick up on more of those childlike energies that can really help you throughout the month. Now, if this is a person in mind, keep this person close. They have pure intentions, and they can really help rejuvenate you and keep you on the positive outlook side of things through these challenges. And I feel like this could be people that you've been friends with perhaps since childhood, or you feel as if, you've had this connection for years and that you've had similar experiences growing up. There could be a lot of healing of inner child wounds too going on, and that's kind of what we're picking up here. And I feel the large groups and how they interacted with you and your energies and how they are affecting you today. We'll move on to that. And honestly, I think because of these factors that could have pushed you away from yourself and your intuitions, or caused you to water down yourself, is really why you're needing to reclaim a certain part of yourself that's been tucked away, that you perhaps knowingly or unknowingly gave up just so you could maybe blend in or please other people. We're not doing that no more. We also have athletes. So there could be someone in your life who's very active that motivates you to, be more in touch with your physical body. And I feel like for water signs, surprisingly enough, with all this crown chakra energy, again, I feel like there hasn't been a lot of grounding going on. So maybe you've been exercising more of your mind or your spiritual connections and exercising more parts of your brain that don't involve your physical body. So there could be someone in your life who's trying to pull you towards, making that connection yet again with your physical self. And a lot of this too comes from, this card's purple. So it helps me bridge, that crown chakra activation with the athlete is someone who successfully grounds that energy. This person wants you to succeed. They want you to push your limits, and they know just how strong you are. No matter how long, you may be down, that you always get back up. This person motivates you to just keep on going. It could be a father figure from when you were younger. It could have been a coach, a mentor, a teacher. I'm getting healthy masculine energy, like balanced masculine energy, where this person could be identifying as a female, or maybe they come across as more feminine energies, but it's really imbalanced, not imbalanced, but embraced, but balanced with both sides. So it's interestingly enough. Okay, we also have the Fool card again. So we have the Tarot Fool, and we also have an Oracle card here. Fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. Ooh, okay. So for some of you with this Fool card, the laughing at absurdity and hypocrisy. The hypocrisy is kind of what's hitting with me, because it seems like there's a lot of off-putting, ostracizing, walk the plank kind of energy, where you could have been pushed out from certain kind of groups, relationships. Maybe someone made you feel like you weren't worthy or you didn't fit in, and so you kind of hid that part of yourself or gave up that part of your energy. And now you're just kind of all like, hey, remember when you had all these positive aspects to yourself where, life was going good. It wasn't just that things were going well for you. Perhaps it was the relationship that you had to yourself and your soul at the time. Maybe something caused that to be hindered, lost, misinterpreted. It could have caused the narration of your story to really be taken over by, hopefully not by someone else. But yeah, it just seems like something got led astray, and you guys are really starting to reclaim yourself and take, your best step forward. Even if that's one step forward and 2 steps back, you guys are still pushing yourself through this healing process. And there's people around you who do want to support you and want to see you overcome and work through these harder times that you may be facing. A lot of you guys with this crown chakra energy are seeing a lot of truth to certain situations. You're seeing behind people's masks or behind people's true intentions, whether that's their current intentions or the way that people could have acted and shown up in your past, the way that they treated you, the way that they spoke to you, or behind your back even. These people are also getting the side of this energy where they could be, looking at you and looking how much you've pushed and persevered through, what you've made of yourself. And for some of you, you're not going to be very traditional. And that's the kind of spice that this world needs, okay? You guys have a vision with this crown chakra. And you are really hard workers, and you do so at a very professional standpoint. So people are seeing that you guys are wise beyond your years, even when it comes to your work, your education. Maybe you guys like to study things or like history, efficiencies, languages. A lot of your like family tree, or what would you call it, like genetics. But I'm getting that these people could have been looking at the old you. Weird. And with your relationships, there was this reunion card and the transitions. So there's a break for you guys. Like, you're no longer who you used to be. Not only who you used to be, like, obviously we're not the same as we were 10 years ago. Hopefully you shouldn't be. But you're no longer who you were even in past lives. There could be a sense of stepping out of character or out of a certain spotlight that was shed onto you that wasn't true with your authentic self. And you're starting to reclaim your own spotlight, and you're changing the hue, okay? So you're casting yourself in your purest form and also in the way that you intend. It's really quite cool too, and I feel like you guys not only are, again, since that reclaiming just keeps coming up, but you're creating a new part of yourself that you're more accepting of, you're more patient with. You have a deeper understanding of maybe how your own physical and emotional body in this lifetime, how it works and how it processes certain energies, and especially how it works through high levels of these energies. Like when certain chakras are overactive in your current body, what that does to you, what it sends you through, and really what the lesson behind it is, because it's very, very prominent for you guys right now. I feel like you guys are going through major shifts and changes, finally seeing the darkest parts of yourself that maybe you've been going through for the last year and a half. And you're getting to the end of it. You guys have had enough of it. I feel like this energy has brought you down to its depths, and you guys are really ready to rise from the ashes. So I hope this resonated with you guys, water signs. This really was not as I was expecting, which is very refreshing to me. It was a little bit challenging, and I feel like these energies that you guys are working with is not easy. They are not easy. So if you feel like it resonated, let me know in the comments, okay? Because I feel like I'm swinging in the dark here. And don't forget to subscribe. If you subscribe, you can actually vote on what pick a card topic readings get posted next. So I will be posting more of those and hopefully jumping into the May of 2021 horoscopes, just like the elements here. So if you are excited and want to see those next, let me know. Thank you guys. I will see you next time.